Jessy Spin here. So in today's class, we'll be learning a really cute folding combo, which is actually a folding extension hybrid. And we'll be playing with different timings. So the same combo in split time, together time, starting from different body positions. And we will also be exploring adding some footwork, which I'm very excited about. So you may have picked up that I am experimenting a little bit with a new format. I would really love to hear your feedback so I can keep giving you guys the best learning experience I possibly can. And I would love to see your videos as well. So if you could hashtag Jessy Spin Family and I can find you guys, that would be awesome. Make sure you're already warmed up before taking this class and we can get started. Yay!
So the first thing we're going to learn today is our thumb grip, which will be part of our folding pattern we'll get to later in the lesson. So for thumb grip, we have our regular grip, which we start in, and I'm going to bring the fan across, and this is our thumb grip. What's happening is the base of the fan is in the base of my palm, and when I flip it across, I then have the tension more in the top part of my palm. And my hand, even though my fan is moving across, my hand is really staying in the same position for both grips. So we'll try that with both hands. Just practicing that switch. I just give a little bit of a flick at the start. You can use your fingers to help you push the fan across if you need. But really it's more in my wrist, I think. And once we've done both hands, practicing that grip change, we can work on our folding pattern. So bringing our right hand up to the top, we're going to do that same thumb grip. It will actually be a little bit easier now because gravity is going to help us out. So we let the fan fall, so we enter thumb grip. And from here, we're going to fold our fan by bending at the elbow and bringing our hand towards our stomach. And here, we're going to do half a rotation so our fan can unwind and come back into our regular grip. Folding into thumb grip, releasing into thumb grip, folding into our pattern, and then releasing. Thumb grip, fold, rotate to release. And I'm not really releasing into a dynamic grip for that last part. I'm just letting the fan shift in my grip, so I don't actually let go. So we can do this on the left side as well, bringing our left hand to the top, entering thumb grip, folding, rotating out. And we'll just keep extending back to the top. You can start to focus on having the fold come down that vertical line we imagine in front of us. You can try this a little bit faster. And you can start to feel how it has this nice melting momentum to it. Now, we can combine these. So, just continuing our extension hybrid with the folding pattern, we can extend up. And as we fold down, we can extend the left hand. Remembering to keep our planes nice and flat, we don't want them bending, losing our shape. We can try this a little bit faster. footwork. And I bet it's already starting to feel more comfortable than it did at the start. So we can do this same folding pattern with different timings. So we've been working in split time because our two hands were starting in opposite sides of our circle. We can do this together time. So if we extend both arms up and stack them in a C shape, they can happen together. So what's happening here is I'm doing that same fold into thumb grip, and here my arms are stacked in order to maintain the C shape. And then I'm coming into this negative space. Now see how much I hinge at the hips in order to create space for my fans. And then both fans move towards the outside and uncross. So there's this unwinding at the end. We can do this a little bit faster. And if this is getting a bit too much, feel free to just take it back to one fan and drill that for as long as you need. These kind of patterns take time and practice. I have spent many hours in my living room doing stuff like this. Awesome. So, similarly, we can also do this along this horizontal axis. So we have our imaginary line coming down our center and also across our chest. This was the thumb grip we started with, folding, and this time that same unwind. Might feel a little bit different now because we're working in a different position, but essentially the move is the same. And we'll try the other side. We have thumb grip, fold, unwind. The rotation will always happen towards our thumb. Now, these can combine in different ways too. So, we can have them coming in together. And this is essentially the same. It's nice to hit this ellipse shape before unwinding. And when I unwind, the hand that is on top comes on top again. And you can play with which one you have on top. Maybe one feels more comfortable than the other one. We can also change this timing. And see how this has such a different quality, even though we're basically doing the same thing, but just in a different position. Awesome. So now we're going to play with adding some feet, because I feel like sometimes we learn all the tech and people forget to move their feet. So we're going to start with feet together, and then we'll step, but my supporting leg still has most of my weight. I'm going to step together, my weight will come into my other leg, and then I'll step out. So we have together, step, together, step. And there's a weight change, weight change. weight goes into my left leg, weight goes into my right leg. So we can try that a little bit faster. Feel free to keep it slow. Now, just keep that up. We can play with adding in our fans. So, we'll start with our first pattern we learnt, and the extension will happen at the same time as the same side leg steps out. So, right, folding, right step out, extend, and we fold down. We'll just do that a few times. And see how dancey it already looks? And we're not really doing anything too crazy. It's definitely a little bit of a mind puzzle, jumble challenge. I don't know. It's something. Now, let's try switch to the left hand. Remembering, the extension happens as the same leg steps out. Good work. It's not easy, but this kind of drilling is what makes all the difference, because later you're going to be doing it, you're just going to be flowing, and then all of a sudden you're going to do these legs. So now, let's see how we go putting them together when the next song comes on. Yeah. We can just do a little flow while we wait. Melting down. Starting with the right. And then all of a sudden, we're dancing with our fans. And all we learnt was that one folding pattern, an extension, which is, I think, pretty easy, and adding a little bit of footwork. And remembering that you can always peel off any of these layers until they start to feel comfortable for you. Now these feet, these feet, you can also add to the different other patterns we learned. So we played with, for example, this horizontal. Now this is the same timing as we had before with the feet. We are extending out, folding in. At the same time as the leg steps out, legs come in. And we'll try it with the other hand. Feel free to take it slower. I kind of leapt into the deep end for you guys. But you can do it, I believe in you. Let's try combine that. We'll start with the right leg. And if you need to just do the feet, just do the feet. We can switch to the other one. And see how we have to move a little bit faster for this? Because our extension goes for a larger portion of that imaginary circle. You can play with mixing it up. Now, as you might expect, we can do those feet. Oh my god, I'm sure I will get better at this, but We can do that same footwork with our together timing. So, because this timing we have both fans extending at once, we actually have less folding happening. So the footwork will be a bit slower. We'll extend, fold, extend. You could do it faster if you want, but it'll be a bit more challenging with the same timing. So we'll keep it slow. But if you're feeling comfortable, like, have a play. Awesome. So good work. It's a lot, especially when we add feet. Sometimes you learn a simple combo and you're like, it's so easy. And then you start adding things like feet and arms and legs, and it's a whole different world. Now I'm just going to go through a flow, and I want you guys to follow along if you like, or you can just watch, just to show you how you can start to incorporate some of these patterns into your general movement. And I won't do anything too crazy, so I think you should be able to follow along. Our folding combo coming down. And get ready to add the feet. So, you can see how I didn't really incorporate that many moves just then. There were just a handful, definitely all which I've done tutorials on or that are simple enough that I think you could probably follow along. And we had like pretty interesting flow. So, there's a lot you can do even with just a couple of patterns, and I think that is really awesome.
So, great job congrats guys, you made it to the end. I know I'm pretty tired in my mind and my body. It was a lot, but you guys did super well, and thank you so much for sharing space and dancing with me today. I really enjoyed it. I feel like these classes are only going to get better with time, so I'm pretty excited. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out my other social media pages. Hope everyone is staying safe and taking care, and I look forward to seeing you guys here next time.